Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. Hope everyone is well, hope everyone enjoyed SummerSlam, and a big thank you to everyone that joined us for our watch along. My voice is doing okay, but you're going to have to forgive it if it does wobble a little bit. We did an 8-hour watch along stream, and of course we're going to be back again tomorrow for SummerSlam Sunday. But we've got so much to go through, we've got to get into the folders. Let's start here, shall we, with the SummerSlam Day 1 folder. So this came out 19 hours ago. This, if we'd have waited, could have made it in yesterday's Unseen. WWE World Heavyweight Champion Gunther is reportedly dealing with a nose issue that may require him to take some time off. I mean, I've got an update on that. It got worse because when he emerged from behind the commentary table, he was holding his nose. I think he does kind of connect with the commentary table, and it might have been that resulted in all the bloods during our main event match. He could have bladed. He absolutely could have bladed. There was a lot of bloods. But immediately after the match, you could see Gunther on the outside of the ring kind of with a towel kind of on his nose. The fact that 19 hours ago we had this update from Wrestling Observer is very interesting. So, Real John, thank you. Don't know what this means for Gunther. Obviously, hoping it's nothing long-term, because at the moment it seems like he is penciled in for actually going up against John Cena at the end of the year. Okay, fans cheer loud as they turn this light off. So that was actually during the Drew, Randy, Logan Jelly Roll match. We've seen this happen before at big shows, where for some reason there's like a bright light that kind of shines off into the crowds, and it's really distracting. I think it's really kind of gets in your eyes. It blurs your vision if you're actually there. So yeah, they turned it down, and a big cheer for that. So Rave, thank you. Lucas, shout out to you as well. Wyndham is Eternal said, since LA Knight pinned an apparently healthy Seth now in the middle of the ring, does that mean he'll be the first to challenge Seth? I mean, look, I think that he can make that argument. I don't know that it's going to go that way, but I think he can make that argument. So, yes, watch this space. That, of course, was the SummerSlam set. Steve said maybe this is why we could see through it. And maybe, yeah, maybe. I mean, I couldn't get my head around why I was able to see through it. But for some reason, they kind of... it was a bit weird, wasn't it? I'm not, against it. I just think that it was a little bit weird. It kind of broke up the screen, which I just thought was a bit strange, rather than it just being like a normal screen. But, well, I suppose it was something a little bit different. And it certainly was big. I mean, if you think, look, these are people, that's where they walk out. Like, it puts into perspective just how big that stage actually was. So fair play, they went big with their SummerSlam stage. Druski was on the SummerSlam kickoff panel. I don't know who Druski is. Hulk Hogan, we come in for you. I saw a lot of people kind of criticizing that. And so there we go, Druski. He was on the show, on the kickoff panel. He had teased that he was going to be involved, and, well, there we go. I believe he also did the cold open for the show as well, like the intro. Breland was the person that got to sing God Bless America at the very start of the show. This was, I think, more at the end of the countdown show. I actually went to Netflix as soon as it started, SummerSlam, and he wasn't shown. So I think this was more the end of the countdown show, really. But there we go. He did that, God Bless America. And I believe we've got a different performer doing God Bless America tomorrow. Linda McMahon was apparently backstage at SummerSlam. No other details other than that. She was backstage. Cardi B opened up the show. This is what she was wearing, of course. And she got in the ring and asked, have we got any Logan Paul fans?
Do we have any Logan Paul fans? Paul?
Nope. Right, this was just before she went out. Triple H said the moment and hug before I Am Cardi B kicked off SummerSlam. There we go. He basically went over, went, look, we're in no rush, yeah? I actually really liked Cardi B. She just came down to the ring and she kind of very enthusiastically opened up the show. You know, she was kind of like shouting and screaming, and it was pretty straightforward stuff. You know, personally, if we're going to see celebrities getting involved in wrestling, this is ideal, right? Big name, making her way down to the ring. She looked great, kicked off the show. Really, you know, kind of spoke with a lot of enthusiasm, nice and simple. I would have liked a little backstage thing involving her. I think we definitely could have done a little bit more, but honestly, I had no problem with this. Fat Joe was at ringside. Bro ain't even fat anymore, said WrestleLamia. So, 4-time Grammy nominated multi-platinum rapper. Nick Hogan was there as well. Nick Hogan, his obviously dad Hulk Hogan passing away, and he was honoured with a little kind of tribute and graphic, and they showed Nick Hogan in the crowds. And then Psycho Clown, Mr. Iguana, Layeska, they were there as well. So they were also in the crowd. Of course, we saw them competing on SmackDown. So, with that being said, let's go over through the matches, shall we? We started with Roman Reigns. So we've got quite a bit here to digest. So there we go, the white. It's what he wore at WrestleMania, and it's what he wore at SummerSlam. So the white gloves and boots are back. Paul Heyman is going to be in charge of the Shoelafala. Now, I missed this, but apparently on the Countdown show, it was revealed that this is now being called the Shoelafala in reference to the Ulafala, but obviously they're Roman shoes. So there we go, the Shoelafala, and a lot of people saying just how big are Roman Reigns' feet. Like, look at the size of those compared to Paul Heyman. So there we go. The song, it is true, he did break out into song.
This industry highs and low, and right now we're getting higher and higher in the world of Paul Heyman, thanks to the exploits.
It's not even how it goes, but fair play. Good God, Roman, look at this, gets the ropes, overshoots, but listen, this guy's a pro. This guy is a pro. He might have gone a little over, but no problem. Still took out the guys, still provided an amazing moment, still managed to survive. Yeah, OTC. Right, so we got the 1D as well. 1D, bang, look at that. 1D on Bronson Reed. And then, of course, we saw Bron Breakker spearing Roman at the end. Roman pushing Jey out the way, and the sell from Roman. Like, he was in so much pain. It was really, really good. Before that, we had a spear through a barricades. And, of course, we got to the finish. Jey pins Bronson. Now, I'll tell you something I was thinking. Jey has just pinned one of Seth's right-hand men. So does that mean that Jey is in contention for a title opportunity? Because he can turn around and say, listen, I pinned one of your guys. Doesn't that mean that I'm next in line? And as was mentioned earlier, could LA Knight not make that argument as well? So I think these might be some feuds coming up for Seth. And of course, CM Punk's going to want to get an opportunity as well. And I'd imagine when Gunther's back, he'll want to be back in the mix. So plenty of potential challenges for Seth Rollins. This was after. So here in the ring, and actually Jey putting the Ulafala around the neck of Roman Reigns. A beautiful moment between Jey and Roman after that match ended. Very nice. So there was our winners, Jey and Roman, getting things kicked off. And here.
Family day. It's a family day, dude. WWE is louder than ever. They're bringing the noise city to city.
I don't know. It's like, I don't know, is he like off to drink? What is Roman doing? Not sure, but I think he's going off to have a few drinks now. That's the vibe I'm getting. So, Paranormal Presence, shout out to you. Yeah, this footage was everywhere. I'd say this is one of the biggest stories coming out of SummerSlam. Bron Breakker being helped. It doesn't look too bad here, actually. And I saw this footage. I was like, no, that looks okay. I think he's just being helped to the back. So, Johnny, thank you. But this looks a little worse, honestly. So here, look, you can see, really having to, like, hop up those steps and really struggling to put any weight on it. Now, of course, he would re-emerge later in the show, and he would appear on the press conference. So, yeah, I think we're not too bad. I think there's a knock and a soreness. I don't think it's anything too serious, but no update at this stage. So certainly we'll kind of keep our eyes peeled for any updates. And Triple H said 4 stars, one hell of a match. That's how you kick off SummerSlam. A lot of people saying the same thing. We're getting star ratings now. There we go. Triple H thought that opening match was about 4 stars, right? About 4 stars. Do you know what? I'd probably be around that, actually. I'd probably be around that. He's probably not wrong. 3.75 to 4 stars. I'd probably be around that area for that opening match. There was quite a few fun moments in it. And yeah, there we go. We kind of kicked things off with a pretty good open, to be honest with you. Then we went to the women's tag titles, right? Obviously, we do get new champions. But this was kind of interesting backstage.
We're going to walk out of SummerSlam as tag team champions. Because as Jersey's own Liv Morgan would say, we're the greatest tag team champions of all time.
That was really interesting. So, as Jersey's own Liv Morgan would say, and I don't know if you saw Raquel, she was like, "What? What's this about?" So, yeah, they were feeling very confident just before the match. Ric Flair wishes Charlotte and Alexa good luck. So Ric Flair said, good luck to the Queen, Charlotte and Alexa. Big night at SummerSlam. Championship titles at stake. I'm betting on you two. Walk that aisle to victory. I'll be watching. And, of course, a woo to sign it off. And there they were. They're not friends. They are friends. So there we go. That was them making their entrance. I couldn't see as much reference to Bray on this gear. I mean, it's still going to have little touches in there. But the back didn't say, like, Fiend Friends Forever anymore. I think it just said, like, Alexa Bliss. So, yeah, you know, I'm sure there are still references. There's probably, like, little nods to the Fiend and whatever. But that was just something that I noticed. Right, yeah, she accidentally caught Charlotte, didn't she, during the match, but it didn't matter. They still went on to secure the victory. Charlotte and Alexa win the Women's Tag Team Championships 4 times for Alexa, 2 times for Charlotte. I love this pairing, said WrestleLamia. I think it's going to be really interesting to see what happens here now. And I do find myself wondering, because we've changed the titles now, rather than just delaying it a little bit, could it be that Liv Morgan is on the verge of returning? Because obviously they've just lost the tag titles, so Liv is not going to be impressed with that. And actually, just to kind of hammer that point home, the graphic came out and new. Look who responded. Liv Morgan. Ah, shucks. And tear down her face. I wonder when she returns, and I wonder if it is soon. I wonder if it's Monday. Triple H said that's how you become best friends. So there we go. There's the image. No pointing. Would have thought he would have had some pointing on the go. Right. Yeah, this is a little callback, apparently. I didn't even notice. So you look there. Bang. Bray with that. Roman getting in. Spear. This was on an old Raw. And it's not quite the same, but you can sort of see it's in the same neighborhood. It's in the same area. So, Anime Fiends, you know, thank you. There we go. Charlotte said, thank you, Blister. So, that was a few hours ago. So, there we go. New women's tag team champs. Then I think it was Sami and it was Karrion. Not loads in here, to be honest. A few bits. Obviously, entrance, black and white for Karrion. Then during the match, Scarlett's handing over that lead pipe to Sami. Sami with a choice to make. He chooses to not use it. He refuses to sell his soul, and he gets the victory anyway. As Roman Reigns SCN said here, it's time to chase for that world title, brother. And that's honestly why I think they gave him the win. I think next year is going to be him going for a world title. And so I think they have given him a win so that he gets the momentum. I think there is some serious concern for Karrion. I think that obviously reports were his contract is up in August and he was trending on social media. And I think the reason for that is I think there was Karrion fans that wanted him to win this. So I think that played a part. But I think a bigger part is that people are just now genuinely worried that Karrion might just be let go. And actually they might not renew his contract, right? So there we go. Winner, Sami Zayn rules at SummerSlam. Wrestle Night said number 2 worldwide for Karrion Kross, trending with Sami and Scarlett. And then check this out after on the press conference.
Hurt, but I'm not injured, so.
That's beautiful. Jelly, there are a lot of people who are fans of this industry, but I'm wondering.
We want Kross. And I just saw Karrion saying, I hear you. I hear you. So the fans chanting, we want Kross. So, yeah, I think there is some concern for Karrion and some concern that with his contract up in August, could it be that he now finds himself kind of going out of the company? Obviously, we hope not. And I think that kind of movement is going to really grow. I think that movement is just going to get louder, honestly. Okay, then we went to our next match, Jade against Tiffany. So Kofi said it was kind of cool seeing Jade pay tribute to me tonight on SummerSlam, but I did it way better and more authentically. So there we go. Obviously, she was wearing the Jamaican colours. We looked at her Wikipedia page. Her father, I believe, was like Jamaican. So I believe that it's a tribute to her heritage, yeah? To her family, to her father. Not to Kofi Kingston, right? But he doesn't care about that. He still took it as a tribute to him, so love that, Johnny. Thank you. Tiffany got the victory. Very short match. This thing, I think, went like 6 minutes, something like that. It's really, really short. Really short. Tiffany retains the Women's Championship against Jade. She is now 14-0 in 2025. So there we go. It's Tiffy time at SummerSlam. Adam, just wondering, is that going to be Clash in Paris? Is it going to be Bianca against Tiffany? Is that where we're going? And here, Triple H said her dominant reign continues. Hashtag and still. And this is wild, but, you know, respect. MFers get real serious about Tiffany Stratton. Don't play with the Queen. Don't play with the Queen. There we go, man. He was seriously supporting Tiffany Stratton, so I would imagine that made the ticket price just worth it on its own for him. So fair play. There we go. Tiffany managing to retain. I think that came as quite a surprise to a lot of people. Right, now we've got Drew, Logan, Jelly Roll, all of this. So Drew McIntyre's entrance makes people nervous because the fire was hitting the cables. There's no sound on this, but you can see that that's shooting up. These cables here, I don't actually know what these are doing, but like the flames were shooting up and kind of hitting this cabling during the entrance. So, I mean, look, this is a really interesting shot, isn't it? Look at that. Yeah, that's crazy. So, Johnny, thank you. Logan Paul is an outsider. So, Logan Paul is an outsider. Apparently, these were handed to the crowd. Apparently, it's not that someone, like, got these printed or whatever. I mean, like, I think it's WWE that have handed these out. I think WWE kind of planned this to just kind of add to this moment. So, there we go. Jelly Roll's wife is here. Her name is, like, Bunny XO. Bunny XO. I mean, like, maybe she's like one of the daughters of Elon Musk, because that's like a very Elon Musk kind of a name. So there we go. Bunny XO in the crowds. Yeah, lovely to see her. So she was in the crowd. People were asking, what did Logan give to Michael? He gave his headbands and Michael put it on. So there we go. We actually got that image which did the rounds. Then Matt Riddle looking hella different. So there we go. Randy Orton, Matt Riddle. I mean, Jelly Roll. Making their way down, right? WWE were censoring F you Logan chants. So apparently loud F you Logan chants. I don't even know if this is PG. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing there. I mean, I'm pretty sure Jelly Roll didn't train for that. I don't think they teach this at the PC. Yeah. I mean, maybe they did when Xavier was down there, but, you know, fair play. Fair play. Right, Jelly Roll was broken in half. So, of course, this was the moment of the match, and it's won Jelly Roll a lot of fans, a lot of appreciation. So, there we go. The big moment, but it was Logan that got the pin on Jelly Roll to finish the match off. The crowd has lost its mind for Jelly Roll. This is sports entertainment, says Fade. He really got a lot of support by the live crowds. So there we go. It's a win for Logan and Drew. Another result that I don't think people would have seen come in. Never underestimate where determination will take you. It looks like he's crying. What's Triple H doing, man? Jeez, look. There's Taker. Taker was backstage. Undertaker back there. What, you telling me we couldn't have had him come out at any point? What, you couldn't have done the attendance? Couldn't have announced the attendance? Undertaker back there. Get him out there. God. Hey, this is good by Logan. The support is crazy. He's took that image, used AI, changed all the graphics over to Prime. So, it's pretty good, that. Very clever. Here was Randy after the match. So he's vibing to that track, right? And then I think he notices his nose is a bit busted, right? And he goes, what's happened there? I think I busted my nose. Blows a kiss, gives the phone back. Right, I've not seen this, but this is a Prime POV, right? So here we go. This is, I don't know. I don't know where this camera was, to be honest, but there we go. So this is what it's like to actually do that and jump onto Jelly Roll. I mean, of course, he has to make sure the flipping Prime bottles are in focus. Has to make sure the logos are the right way round. Sponsorships, man, they're flipping everywhere. Logan did a hell of a job tonight. What a stud. I'm thinking of starting a stable with all these social media dons. Druski, Mr. Beast, KSI, iShowSpeeds. It could be like the Ministry of Darkness, except in 2025 and not god-awful. And not god-awful. Love that for him. Right, then we've got CM Punk. CM Punk. Brady, thank you. So, yeah, was this based on Fantastic Four? It might have been. Obviously, they're in the cinemas at the moment, so it might have been. It's very topical. There he is, locked in. Yeah, that was before the match. That could have been after the match as well, actually, but that was before the match. This camera angle slaps. Yeah, that was really good, that. I like that. Wrestle votes. Here, look. Whilst the match was going on, if what I was told is true, right? Which is a real shame, isn't it? Thankfully, I never saw this, and someone might have mentioned it in the chat, but I was dialed into the match, so it's one of those. I think that's a real shame to kind of put a bit of a spoiler out, potential spoiler out during the match, literally moments before something's going to go down. There we go, look. The Bloods, the Crimson Mask. Punk is the new champion. Oh my God. There he is. Hold on to that. Yeah. Hold on to that close. His first WWE title since January 27th, 2030. His first championship in over 12 years in WWE. Here's Seth, of course, with those crutches thrown to the side. And new Seth Rollins cashed in and won. The Seth Rollins situation started off as a work that worked people backstage. Then people heard about the work to the point that people wondered if the work was still on. Many in the company thought that they had abandoned the work. Then they still did the work and it ruled. So there we go. That's what Sean Ross Sapp had to say about the situation. They're calling it the ruse of the century. That's what they're referring to it as. So I think we've had the heist of the century, and I think this will go down in history as the ruse of the century. Punk is effing pissed, right? And I think you can understand why. And there is Seth swinging the belt around just like he did after the cash-in at WrestleMania 31. He did the exact same thing, so nice little callback. Roman Reigns SCN said Cena against Rollins at Crown Jewel, or Cody against Rollins at Crown Jewel. Don't forget, Crown Jewel is going to be champion versus champion. So as of right now, it is going to be Cena versus Seth Rollins. So that's kind of where we are at the moment. Will it stay that way after night 2? Punk and Cena were the current world champs for 5 minutes. So for a 5-minute period, the WWE champion was John Cena. The world heavyweight champion was CM Punk. Here is Drew. He said, karma is a hell of a thing. I've been watching what's been going on Raw with Seth. Seth and I are professional rivals, not like Punk and I. Seth has done exactly to Punk what Punk did to me. And tonight was the cherry on top. Congratulations, Seth. You deserve it. Rhea Ripley does not feel that way. No one effing talk to me. Give it back to him. She obviously is devastated that it has been taken away from CM Punk. So, Steve, thank you. Oh, man, check this fan out, right? I am the color red, thank you. A CM Punk fan is big mad. So there we go. He was not a happy bunny at all, was he? If we go over to the Day One press, let's have a look, see what we've got. A few bits in here. So Alexa, wearing some sparkly pants, arrived on the kickoff show. There's her sparkly pants right there, arriving with Charlotte. Brady, thank you. This is really interesting from Jey. Jey said, there's a saying, it's easy to get to the top, but it's hard to stay there. I got a little comfortable, loose. I'm not going to lie. I was feeling myself starting to let the gas. I just wasn't hungry. Someone had to tell me that. And when I watched that, running it back, I was like, man, let me go back to the drawing board. Let's tighten the screws up. Let's get it right. I mean, it's not a very good... I mean, it's honesty and you've got to appreciate it, but it's obviously not very good for him to say that he kind of just got carried away in the moment. Kind of, he took his eye off the ball kind of a situation. So, I don't know. Hopefully he has tightened the screws. And if he has, let's see what's next for Jey. Yeah, they start chanting, the crowd start chanting friends.
Did they say friends?
Look at Charlotte. Yeah, I mean, she can't believe that the crowd are chanting something pretty nice at her, to be honest. Look at her reaction.
Did they say friends?
Look at all these people, mate. So this is outside the stadium. So as people are coming out, of course they go straight over to this thing here. Look at all, this is like a stadium's worth of people. Incredible. Apparently they're going to start doing it more this way rather than in that room. This is so much better. Rather than being in front of the press, be in front of the fans. This is so much better. Seth came out, kind of posed to the fans and then just left. I don't believe he actually said anything. She brought me back into the spotlight that I needed somewhat kind of a friend professionally and personally. Thank you. That's what Charlotte said to Alexa. Crowd chanting, we want Kross. We listen to that. Triple H to Jelly Roll said, I don't say it to a lot of people unless it's really earned, but respect. New shirt for Seth Rollins, World Heavyweight Champion. And there was a flipping earthquake, apparently. 3.6 earthquake hits New York City area and parts of New Jersey. That was 3 hours ago. Seth cash-in caused an earthquake. Apparently there was an earthquake. Triple H said he's not thrilled about bogus medical reports surrounding Seth Rollins. Just a reminder, he booked this, right? Just a reminder, he booked this. So I don't think everything we're getting from Triple H is legit on this panel, right? Seth is playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. He comes out, goes through none of it, then takes the World Heavyweight Championship. My hat's off to Seth. It's a smart way to do business. Not thrilled about the bogus medical reports, but we'll deal with that down the line. Triple H talking about night 2. You ain't seen nothing yet. 4 weeks ago, Charlotte Flair was one of the most hated people on the roster. Fast forward to her friendship with Alexa Bliss. 50,000 people going crazy, loving everything she does. Shots that go hard. Look at that backstage. Okay, look at this. Why shouldn't this happen? Is this a glimpse? Is this a glimpse to WrestleMania 42? Babyface Cody against maybe babyface CM Punk. Sami Zayn against Seth Rollins. And, I mean, that would make sense in the sense of he is worthy of the WWE Championship. I'm not sure Sami is quite. I mean, that is the belt, isn't it? So I think Cody, CM Punk, that would be awesome. Seth against Sami would be awesome. Bron Breakker against Roman Reigns would be awesome. So I actually am totally down for this, right? I'm totally down for that. I know it might not be to everyone's taste, and I don't know what the dynamic would be there. That's probably the only bit I'm not sure about. I love the match, but I don't know, is that heel face or face face? I much prefer heel against face, personally. If you do face versus face, you kind of split the crowds. It can be done, but it's just not preferable. So, for me. But that works. That works. And I don't know. I see the vision. Okay, WWE is not doing standard post-show pressers for the foreseeable future. They'll be doing these kind of post-shows about effing time, says Adam. I agree. I think this is so much better. So much better. With all that. Look at all the people. Look at all that. Amazing. I tell you what, it also means that if you go to the stadium, not that I would recommend this, but it means that once the show is over, you could actually, you know, see some of the superstars. Like, you could maybe get to the front of that queue. Whilst everyone's inside the stadium, you could be outside, getting to the front of the barrier so that you could, you know, get to actually be right there and get to see Seth and all this kind of stuff. I mean, all right, yeah, you're going to miss the actual show. All right, you won't know what the hell's gone on at SummerSlam unless you've got good phone reception. But that's just a minor detail. Just a minor detail. Okay, let's have a look at day 2, shall we? Let's see what we've got. Cody Rhodes here with this look. The cracked helmet, right? The view never changes from the top, right? Something special planned? Well, King Kong Chaplin said, look at the cracks. Is it starting to crack? Are things starting to crack? Cody Rhodes, when asked about fans expecting The Rock to show up, said, I consider him always there just because he truly is in the board and a big part of our world, a massive part of our world. But I mean, right now, with what he's doing, I think people need to let him have his moment because he's doing work with Scorsese. You know, Smashing Machine, he's really going for it. And as a wrestler, love, hate, whatever, you enjoy that. You see that and go, hey, get this done. So there we go. I don't know. Are we going to see The Rock? I think there's a chance. I certainly do not think it's guaranteed. I think there's a chance, but it really just depends on his schedule. Cody Rhodes also addresses the double turn rumors. People talk like, I bet they're going to do the double turn. I think to take a page out of Cena's book, if they already think I'm a heel, then I'm a heel. I'm not changing my game. It would be detrimental to the place I work to make a pivot. There'd be no more Kingdom, no more promos, no more merch, real bad guy stuff. However, I have ears open. I'm well aware that sometimes it's not your night, but by the end, it doesn't have an effect on how this goes down. Don't know what he means by that final bit, but there we go. He really is kind of saying, don't expect me to turn heel, but of course he would be saying that. And he's kind of saying, don't really expect The Rock, but of course he would be saying that. So we're going to have to wait and see what we actually get on day 2. Okay, WWE President Nick Khan was spotted at Bloodsport just before SummerSlam. Okay, internal talk of The Rock making a SummerSlam appearance. Let's have a look and see what this is saying. So it says, I think it's just the current odds, to be honest. So as the time of writing, people might be expecting The Rock, right? But Sky Bet has got no at minus 500. So will we see The Rock at SummerSlam? No, minus 500. A surprise appearance at plus 300. This suggests that the bookmakers believe a cameo is unlikely, but nothing is impossible in WWE. So again, not much you can take from that, because I also think they weren't really expecting the cash in. So there's not much you can take from that, right? Well done to Natty. She got a win over Masha Slamovich at Bloodsport, right? She picked up the victory. News about the Street Fighter movie, apparently not going to interrupt things. Apparently not going to be a big problem. So don't need to worry about it taking the superstars away for too long. It's going to be in September they're going to do it. Apparently very confident internally that it's going to cause very, very minimum disruption. So there we go. Word internally is that it shouldn't have any bearing on what goes down for Night 2. And fans were experiencing some issues of SummerSlam, right? Apparently on Peacock, a few streaming issues. Triple Mania is going to be available to watch on WWE's YouTube channel. That's going to be August 16th, and I think we probably are going to be doing a watch-along for it. We spoke about Natty. Maxine is getting married. She's getting married, I think it's December 31st. To a wrestler that's in the developmental system. Apparently they've been seeing each other for a long time. They're going to be getting married, so congratulations to them. Jacob reveals that Paul Heyman was the one that made the first call to bring him in. He said Mr. Regal would text me throughout the years, email like, hey man, let us know with what's going on. But it was Mr. Heyman that's always been tapped in. So Rikishi and Samu, the Samoan team, they started with Heyman. It wasn't like Heyman has just been around Roman. Heyman really has been around the family. So apparently it was Heyman that played a really big part in Jacob coming in. Right, okay, I need to look at all these folders. I need to make sure that we have definitely done all the ones that we need to do. I think it is just fun, community, and thanks. Is Punk okay? Cool. Tell him F you, and that's from Vince's doofus son-in-law. Play Seth's music. Very good. Very good. Grayson Waller said, American wrestling fans only have the mental capacity to memorize one chant. They just change the words slightly. Dumbest fans in the world, according to Grayson Waller. This picture everywhere of CM Punk meeting Mr. Iguana and Psycho Clown. Look at this. Do you remember that shade that CM Punk threw at Dominic? Dominic's responded, right? Nothing kills the business more than someone thinking they can fight in the UFC, but they get their ass beat. Oh, that is so good. That is so good.
Why do none of our backstage reporters have hair?
How do none of our backstage reporters have hair? Hey, look at this. The Undertaker met Rhea.
I don't have a ticket. Are you good?
It's fine. It's fine. He didn't have a ticket. He never bought a ticket, but it was fine, apparently. So there we go. Undertaker catching up with Rhea. They seem to be really, like, good friends, actually. Like, really get on. That's a great picture as well, isn't it? That's a great picture. There we go. Bronson Reed is calling himself the Tribal Thief, and he has got the Shoelafala. Who made this? Who made this? Eric, shout out to you. Yeah, I mean, it is giving those vibes. Blue Eyes, shout out to you. Just saying. I don't know too many pizza delivery people that wear those kinds of outfits, but hey, you know, maybe that's the New Jersey area. Oh, and look at this. Look at this. Right? Bang. Through fire. Look at him. Look at him. Dude. And they can't get it out? They can't get it out? Look, everyone's like, trying to desperately quickly put it out. I mean, I'm sure it did get put out, but look, he's still on flipping fire. Was there no fire extinguishers? You'll never believe it. But there was once again a fire spot done on an indie show without any safeguards or plan in place. Wow, there we go. That is crazy. This is one of those clips that I could really see doing the rounds. This is one of those clips that I could see, like, you know, everyone commenting on. It's pretty scary stuff, honestly, because even there you can still see the flames. I mean, he's actually on fire for a good chunk of time there. So obviously hope everything is okay. Okay, let's do community. Let's do let's get out of here. Nico said, check out my Jey Uso outfit. So there we go. Jey Uso. And then check out my OTC outfits. So that's a really good idea, actually, where you could show different outfits and then show this is what you need to buy to kind of look, you know, rock the Jey Uso look, like you need this belt, you need these glasses, whatever it might be. That's kind of a good idea. So, Nico, shout out to you. Robbie said, hello, Days. SummerSlam at the cinema was all right. My third wrestling event from the cinema. I'm doing it again tomorrow. It was $50 for both days. A little down on tonight's show. So, Robbie, I think not massively feeling tonight's show. I really enjoyed the ending personally, but I think if you are like a diehard CM Punk fan, and we had some of those during our watch along, there seemed to be people that really struggled. You know, I think there's a lot of CM Punk fans that really struggled with that finish, but I thought it was really good. I mean, what a brilliant swerve. The ruse of the century. Guys, Nico's not done. Now Nico has got it. You need that for tomorrow, really, don't you? You need that for tomorrow. Your Jacob Fatu outfit. So, Nico, shout out to you, buds. Muggsy said, I'm on a mission to get all of the Funkos. So, there we go. We've got a couple of Funkos. We've got Diamond Dallas Page. And who else have we got? Guy Gardner. And Larry. Yeah, we've got all the Funkos. And Beth Phoenix as well. So there we go. Muggsy, shout out to you, buds. Ash said an angel or something is on my side. I was up in the 300 section for SummerSlam and my seat was broke. So we got moved. I'm actually going to cry. Clearly the universe loves me, or I'm doing something right, because this just doesn't feel real. So we went from here to here. So this was the view that Ash had. Yeah, man, that's better, innit? That's really good. You get to see a really good shot of the staging as well. So really good. USA, USA, USA. Yeah, really good. Hope you had a fantastic time, my friends. And what else we got here? So Rusev, wife CJ Perry, was asked what she thinks of Logan Paul in wrestling, and she liked my comments. I got 2 words for him: go home, and that was liked by Lana. Dean said 2 or 3 years ago, I got this as a present. Very nice, my friends. Very nice, Dean. Shout out to you. And here's Edwards.
So, Days, when I was at Promfest today, I did send you a few pictures and a video of me at the wrestling show. PWR Pro, I got a water bottle. Well, a Stanley Cup water bottle thing. And last but not least, are you ready for this? Wait till you see this, bud. Wait till you see this.
It's a serious
chain.
chain.
No longer Edward Brown.
That she's not done before, right? And she's like a leg drop. And they're like, yeah, have you ever heard of Hulk Hogan? He used to use the leg drops. They
call me Penta. L Brown.
L Brown.
Zero.
Hang on. What did you call? What did you call yourself?
But I've never done one.
They call me Penta. L Brown.
Penta L Brown. Are you sure? Are you sure that's what they call you? Penta L Brown. Listen, I love it. This is the superhero I never knew I needed. If ever I'm in trouble, this is who's going to come and save me right here. Penta L Brown is going to come and save me. So the community has got a superhero. I love this for us. Listen, your chain is serious as well. Yeah, your chain is serious. There we go. Edward, shout out to you. I'm glad you had a good time, bud. I'm glad. And it is a cool mask. It is a cool mask. Right, let's do thanks. Let's get out of here. So, Elite Pro Wrestling Forum, Huddle Talk, Claire Webb, and Steve Silverback Walker. There we go. A big thank you to everyone that joined us on the watch along. Don't forget, we are back later. We're going to be doing night 2, and night 2 is even bigger. So, hope to see you there. Hope you enjoyed night 1. I'm going to go off and start doing the review video and everything, but yeah, I'll see you later as we get to enjoy, man, that Cody Cena match. What's going to happen?